for Nigeria. That is what we do. Call us fuel sellers, we will answer you. Call us fuel attendants, we will answer you. Call us fuel distributors, we will answer you. Call us, when I mean fuel, I mean petrol. Diesel, petroleum product, because fuel is power.
Yes, sir.
And it covers every other one.
Exactly, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Okay, let's go to the first story online for discussion today. As Nigerians battle for scarcity, over 9,000 oil marketers are on the verge of losing their operating licenses. As a result, the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria is urging the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited to extend its final deadline for licensing renewal to July. It also appealed to the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Regulatory Authority to release 9,000 already processed licenses to its members. The association made the request known in a release signed by the National Public Relations Officer, Chief Chinedu Ukadike, on Thursday in Abuja. Recorder Ipman, in a statement on Sunday, lamented the slow pace of marketers' license renewal by the NMDPRA. Correspondent recalled that amid the ongoing fuel crisis, the Ipman has on Tuesday declared that it would shut down 30,000 stations operated by Ipman members across the country if the federal government failed to pay the 200 billion naira that was owed the marketers. Ipman specifically said that the NMDPRA had refused to clear the debt, which had continued to accrue since September 2022. It disclosed this in a communique signed in Abuja by the chairman, Ipman Depot Chairman Forum, Yahya Al-Hassan, over the non-payment of marketers' bridging claim. And now to the question, why is there a delay? Even as we are approaching the release of the licenses, and also the rush to close the portal by the federal government and government agencies, and what is the present status of this report, sir?
Okay, as I speak to you as the Petroleum Product Retail Outlet Owners Association of Nigeria State Chairman, for some time, even with your licenses, you will not be able to, the portal was closed. The portal has been closed, and the portal is partially closed. So with your license, you will not be able to access the portal. Don't forget that when you are issued the license, when you are renew your license, you have a certain code that will enable you to access the portal.
Exactly,
but as it stands now, because Ipman and PETROAN are sister organizations of different sides of the coin that pursue vigorously almost plus or minus the same agenda. And so, if the portal is closed, you're a member of PETROAN, you're a member of Ipman, some members of PETROAN are members of Ipman, and some members of Ipman are some members of PETROAN.
Okay, sir.
So when the portal is closed, it's closed. And for some time, that is what is somehow responsible for the challenge that we are seeing. Because retail outlet owners are not able to access the portal to pay for product and load product. Even those who had paid before had not been able to load out their product which they paid already. So what we are saying is that the portals can be properly managed, opened, and well regulated for the interest of everybody in this nation, to make it possible for people who are supposed to access the product, the real persons who are supposed to access this product, and not making this product available to people who are not supposed to access it. And so that is what we are saying. You said you are doing something about the portal. Well, the time is taking too long. Now we should think that you are ready for us, and we're always ready for you. We have always said that the portal should be opened when you pay. If you pay today, you should be able to load tomorrow, or at least 3 days. But not when you pay. The product is, before you pay, there's going to be programming. But after the programming, there's going to be batching. After the batching, there's going to be loading. Bros, it is not as easy as that. And it makes the distribution chain a hell of challenges for the retail outlet owners. And we are saying, open the portal and make fuel available for the people. Is anybody complaining of diesel scarcity? The answer is no. If you make it available, people will get it. Why? There are some modular refineries that are refining diesel. Where is the one that is refining fuel? We have not seen the refinery come on stream. And so the challenge is just one hydra-headed monster that can be killed in one day, or that can be killed in one conference, but it keeps raising its ugly heads. Why? Because we may have left undone some things we ought to have done, and it is not helping anybody.
Sir, being an astute administrator of repute, I know that there has been meetings upon meetings, and I know that this particular problem, from May 3rd till today, I know that you have been able to brainstorm with your members to find out what the solution could be. Say that you are in the front of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria today, and he puts it to you that what can be the solution towards this impasse that we are facing right now? Because it is not good for the business of the PETROAN, not even for IPMAN. Please profile a solution in a few words, what you think that could bring a relief to your members and also to the people of Nigeria.
The solution to the perennial sufferings of Nigerians on fuel scarcity is simple as ABCD, and it is to ensure that the refineries in Nigeria are working. And the refineries in Nigeria could only work if we are sincere to ourselves, if we are sincere and honest to the policies and to the implementation of policies in this nation, and we are not greedy, things will work well and the refineries will work. Simple. Let the refineries work. If possible, allow the establishment of modular refineries that will back up the government refineries. Let private sector, let Rivers people, let Niger Delta people, let Nigerians be given the way to translate the seemingly ugly incidents of fire into what we call modular refineries, approved by government, supervised by government, crude supplied by government, and a lot of our youths that are already challenged in this aspect will get into the industry, and there's going to be availability of petrol and other petroleum products. So that is simple. Sincerity and honesty, commitment to the implementation of policies of government in ensuring that the refineries are functional and modular refineries are giving way to come on stream.
Oh, it was very direct and simple.
Thank you. That is, you said if I stand before the president.
Yes.
That is what I will say. And I believe that your station sometime may stand before the president. So let this message go.
It's going.
And
it's going.
We are always here to advocate for the good governance.
It's a pleasure, sir. And now, at the tail end of that discussion, we come across some bills being owed to the members about the tune of 200 billion naira. How did this bill come about, sir? And why is there an impasse between the debitors and the creditors concerning this? Yes, sir.
Well, this bill has been talked about. Actually, let us look at it from two sides. There is already, when you want to load, when you want to carry product, you pay to an NPC.
Okay.
When you pay to an NPC, they will process your payment, they will give you ticket, the ticket will go through programming, program will go through batching, like I said, before you come to loading. Sometimes it takes a long time. And it takes you so much time that even the money that you borrow from the bank to process this product, you might not even load until the bank will come and begin to ask you, where is the money? And again, in the days of Petroleum Equalization Fund, there were people who did movement of petroleum products for government, and government was owing them. And we are saying, you don't need to tie down the little money that retail outlet owners, both IPMAN and PETROAN, they have. You are tying down this money. Tying down this money is like tying down an economy. Don't forget that petrol station operators, the downstream sector of this petroleum industry, is one of the greatest employers of informal labor.
Yes.
It's one of the greatest. So when you are squeezing the downstream sector, either by collecting excess tax from them, or by collecting double tax from them, or by owing them extensively, you are killing the that industry that have employed a quite number of Nigerians informally, and you are laying people out to the street to go and become unemployed, and it is not good. And that is what we are saying. If you are where you are owing us on the issue of petroleum equalization fund or whatever, you pay. Where you are owing us on the money that we pay to load product from you, release product to us and release it timely. Make product available. Don't just be collecting money and you're not making product available to us. So we need to be afloat so that our dependents will be afloat, so that the employees that we have employed will be afloat, so that Nigeria, downstream informal sector, will be afloat. That's what we're saying.
Okay. Very, very instructive, sir. Very instructive. And still leading, this is still leading us to the issue of the present debacle that we are facing again concerning the long queues that has appeared in the filling stations all around the country, and also the hike in petrol and other fuel prices. And we believe that there might be some taxes, some illegal, some unfair, some sharp practices that might be hindering the smooth flow of the downstream sector, of which you are key stakeholders in this. Is it a contributing factor to what is happening in the present situation we have found ourselves concerning the scarcity of petrol products and fuel in the country presently, sir?
Well, I want to take it from where you came in from. There are actually taxes, double taxes. In fact, throat-cutting taxes by the relevant authority, monitoring authority. We have just engaged, recently we have engaged the Servicom Department of Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, that is otherwise an NDPRA, otherwise known as DPR.
Yes, sir.
We recently engaged the Servicom section and told them that the guidelines for that is regulating the operation of petroleum product dispensing sectors, that is gas, LPG, PMS, and whatever. The guidelines needs to be reviewed for better performance and better services by an NDPRA. We told them about the taxes that are being, the cost, the taxes were just, the taxes and fees were raised some just months ago, more than 300%. Oh. We told them that before we were told to make straws, just like in the days of Egypt and the Israelites. The Israelites were asked to make straws for the building of Egypt, places in Egypt. And at a point, the tax masters came back to them and told them that but now they will not only make straws, they will go and get the bricks. They will go and get the straws for the making of the bricks. Before they were making bricks, he said, you not only make bricks, go and get the straws by yourself to make bricks, thereby doubling their challenge. What are we not saying? There are a lot of fees that we pay to regulatory authority. Statutory fees, like calibration, pressure test, like leak test, like license renewal, like EIA, like and so on and so forth. For instance, EIA, formally you pay for EIA and a consultant is approved by this regulatory authority to come and do the EIA for you and send this report, and they take it off from there, portion to whatever thing you are going for. Okay. But now, when you pay for the EIA to the consultant,
yes, sir,
you also pay for the EIA to the NMDPRA. So you pay to the consultant who will do the job, you pay the government authority that will supervise the job. In other words, federal government, by every standard, has turned our regulatory body, not just being a regulatory authority, but have become an income-generating authority. And it is not going down well with us. It is double taxation. it is like asking us not only to make the bricks, we will now go and get the straws to make the bricks. Please, on that area, we are not comfortable. And so, what is responsible for the challenge of fuel distribution now? Perhaps it may be partially responsible, but what is responsible is shortage in supply.
How did that come to be, sir?
Is shortage in supply. We all are aware in this nation that NNPC is the sole importer of petrol in this nation. It is what they import that they distribute. It is what they import that they give to us to sell. So if they import enough, there will be enough product in Nigeria. If they don't import enough, there will not be enough product in Nigeria. If they import enough, NNPC stations will have enough to sell. Retail outlet owners, that PETROAN members, will have enough to sell. But when they don't import enough, they don't even have enough for the NNPC stations to sell. Talk less of allowing retail outlet owners who have paid to load out the ones they have paid for. And that is the situation we find ourselves. There is shortage in the supply through NNPC. They told us that it is logistics challenge. That is them that know what the logistics challenge is all about.
Okay, sir. Moving on, let us still examine the role of the modular refineries in contrast to artisanal illegal refineries. Many of these young chaps did not go to school. They didn't do petroleum engineering, but we find out that they are able to crudely, albeit damaging the environment and all that, but they are able to pull out resources out of the crude oil, though stealing the crude oil himself. And we've heard some security agencies lending a hand in this clandestine business. What is the present status of the modular refineries, and why is PETROAN not involved in modular refineries as a way of increasing our outputs of petroleum products for us to utilize in this country, sir?
Let me start from where you stopped. The process of getting modular refineries on stream has to do with approvals from government. And those approvals from government are not things that can be done overnight.
Okay.
They have processes. And PETROAN is resolved in its commitment to doing everything that will help in the availability, distribution of petroleum products. So the issue of getting into modular refinery is part of the focus of PETROAN. And we believe that at the appropriate time, that will be done. But talking about fire situation, you see, one thing, you might say that the operators did not go to school. They are not engineers or this. It might also surprise you to know that some of them are seasoned and experienced, well-educated, articulated engineers.
Yes, sir.
It may also surprise you to be reminded that before the white man came to our country with London dry gin, let me take you home.
Yes.
Our people, the Ikwe man, have already started manufacturing akamere.
Okay.
And that akamere and London dry gin, there is no difference. The only difference is that this one was bottled and covered, and that akamere was put in something that there is no sealing cover. So, if at that time we can make that local gin, you call it local gin, but I don't want to call it local gin. Why do you say it's local gin? Because you are seeing it here. If I put it in bottle and cook it and send it to London to sell, will you call it local gin?
No way.
No. So that is how you are calling this one now. Fire. If I give you license and stop you from doing it the wrong way and charge you to do it the right way, and you do it the right way, it will be changed from fire to modular refineries.
Okay.
And things will get better. So we are advocating for a conference, for a stakeholders forum, whereby government will bring in all the people who are interested in pursuing modular refineries size by size, and see how we can put them in clusters and produce petroleum products, other than devastating the society, the environment, through making illegal fire centers that is not good for our society, that is not good for anybody, that is causing suit, that is causing a lot of burnings, that is causing a lot of fire outbreaks, that is killing our people. Our people can do it better and survive if they have that government commitment to do so. So we are saying that we support federal government to do everything that is supposed to be done so that there will be proper availability of petroleum products locally, not by importing.
Yeah.
That's where we stand.
Okay, sir.
Everything legitimate.
Good.
That is right.
Good, sir. I believe that we should have another section, sir. I don't know if you could promise us a bit of your time next week, sir. We have a lot of questions here and we cannot really exhaust them. But I still have one last question for you, sir.
Go ahead.
Thank you, sir. We are getting calls from the presidency that, first of all retail outlets should have a fixture for the CNG operations. And also, the President, Bola Tinubu, has also instructed that no federal government or parastatals and ministry departments and agencies should submit any tenders for any petrol-driven car apart from those of CNG. Merging both together, I want to say, is PETROAN and other related bodies, are they prepared for the coming of the compressed natural gas transportation system that is about birthing with this present administration, sir?
We are very prepared, and we are even ahead of time. As I speak to you, it is not by way of advert, but there are 1 or 2 filling stations in Rivers State here where you can drive your gas vehicles to and fill them with gas. Specifically, I know about Unity filling station or 1 or 2 others. When you go there with your gas vehicles, they have gas dispensing, vehicle dispenser for gas.
That's
and fantastic. Then, but we are talking about, and we are not talking about LPG, we are not talking about this, we are talking about CNG. CNG, federal government have said now that all filling stations should get CNG installed. That is part of what we were discussing with Servicom of an NDPRA. That was how federal government came and vigorously started pursuing the LPG, LNG penetration scheme. And we as retail outlet owners, we went into it and we started putting up skid plants in some of our filling stations. And boom, the regulatory authorities have their regulatory Bible, or regulatory booklet, which the standards provided is almost frustrating the efforts of PETROAN and other retail outlet owners in deepening the gas penetration of the federal government. The standards are there, so frustrating. It is not something that is making it possible now for filling stations to install skid plants. And now federal government is coming to say again, install a CNG. We have not been able to install the skid plants that will deepen LNG gas penetration and abrogate and remove the use of DPK. We spent money to bury tanks for DPK. We spent money to buy dispensers for this DPK to install on our stations. And it was even compulsory. It's not whether you have DPK or not. Whether you have DPK or not, so long as you are building filling station, it was part of the rules in that government guideline that you must put a DPK tank on the ground. You must put a DPK dispenser on the ground. We borrowed money from banks to put DPK tank on the ground. We borrowed money from banks to buy dispenser for DPK. And as I speak to you today, most of the filling stations built in the last 10 years in this country or thereabout have never sold DPK one day. Whoa. And we said, okay, let us remove the DPK setups and use that space to put LPG skid plants. And then the regulatory guidelines make it so that you cannot put, you will hardly be able to put LPG facility on where you remove your DPK. Because the guidelines will just fail you. And we are saying reduce the volume that can be in stations so that these DPK units, centers, can accommodate this, and it is difficult to. So we are saying review the guidelines. And now federal government has come to say a CNG should be put. The guidelines, what does it say? Oh. Where is this? Where is the accommodation in the guidelines? So for federal government to say put CNG, put LNG, they should recall the guidelines. Let us review it and see how the guidelines can accommodate this thing. Thank you very much. I think I can be on and on with you, but let us reserve for another day.
Oh, please, sir. I'm very grateful for that, sir. We have been on with a stalwart and a stakeholder in the downstream sector of the Nigerian petroleum industry, in the person of Sir Francis Dimkpa, the PETROAN State Executive Chairman. And I believe that this is not the last time we are going to see him on our studios. I will find a way to bring him here again, same time next week, if possible, because we still have a lot to discuss, and he has enlightened us a lot about the in-doings and in-trappings of the downstream sector. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Atlantic Television Network, and thank you, our listeners.
It's a pleasure, sir.
Pleasure, too.
And I am your host, Raymond Ken Mbata, and you can reach us on our website, www.atlantictv.net. And peace and unity are the pathways to progress. Thank you for staying with us. Until we grace your screen same time tomorrow, stay tuned.
From the lines across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring on-the-spot news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economy, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today.